Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about shortcuts. Now with iOS 18.4, Apple has added a ton of new features and changes to iOS 18, and among those new features and changes are also some pretty incredible new shortcuts that you can use on your device that are actually super useful. And we're starting with the first one here. Now we're doing one here for the voice recording. Now with iOS 18.4 we have a bunch of different shortcuts that allow you to change quickly settings of your apps, which are super useful. You can even add them to like here, the control center, and you can quickly change a setting here directly from the control center, which is really awesome. Of course, you can use Siri to do that or just run the shortcuts from the Shortcuts app. So first off, let's talk about here voice recording. So let's just search for settings, and then we have change voice memo settings. Now the first one right here has to do with deleted stuff. Now the voice recordings that you have deleted will be on a folder and they will stay there for 30 days. But you can quickly change that setting. Just go ahead, tap there where it says audio quality, go to clear deleted, and then go here. And you can pick one of the options. You can pick immediately right here and tap the done button. Now you have created this shortcut that allows us to just tap here and quickly delete all the recordings that you have on your recently deleted album. Now here we have another one for audio quality here for the voice memos. Whenever you want to change the audio quality, you can do that quickly with the shortcut. So right here, select audio quality, then you tap right here where it says to audio quality, and you can choose compressed or lossless. So whichever one you want to use, of course, the compressed one will be a much smaller size, but you can quickly switch between these two settings for the voice memo simply by using this shortcut. Now Safari has gotten probably the most of these shortcuts with iOS 18.4, and here's a pretty cool one. So on Safari you have a few different options when it comes to closing tabs. Right here, if you tap where it says autofill, you will see a few options. Here we have close tabs. Now what you can do here is create a shortcut to change the way you close tabs on Safari. So let's say you want to do that automatically, or you want to switch to 1 day, a week, or a month. You can now do that using a shortcut. You create this shortcut, and whenever you want to change the setting, all you have to do is run the shortcut. You don't need to go to your settings, which now actually is pretty complicated. You have to go to settings and go to apps, then find Safari, and then find the setting and change it. Now you can just do it running a shortcut. Now you can also change the way you open links on Safari. So when you tap right here where it says autofill, you can go to open links, and you will have here a few different options. You can open links on a new tab or just open them in the background. So if you decide you need to switch this setting, you can just do that with this shortcut. So if you choose open in background, this means that when you're browsing something and you click on a link, it will still stay there on the tab that you're at on the website or wherever you're at. It will just open that link in another tab in the background without interrupting you, or you can just go ahead and place a new tab above the one that you're using, and it will show you the link that you have just opened. Now you can just change that setting using Safari. Now one of my favorite shortcuts that Apple has added to iOS 18.4, and this one is in Safari as well, is the ability to change your search engine. You can change your search engine simply by selecting search engine right there, and then tap here, and it will show you 5 different search engines. Now Google is the default one, and you can choose here between all of these. So you will have 5 different engines that you can choose. Now what's really cool is that you can create multiple shortcuts. Let's say I want to create a shortcut for Bing. I can just tap right there, and I can rename this and just name this Bing, for example. And what it will do whenever I run it, it will switch to Bing. I can go ahead and create another one here for another one. So like, let's just choose Yahoo in this case. I can just go ahead and rename this to Yahoo, and then basically what it will do is that it will change to Yahoo whenever I run this shortcut. So I can have multiple shortcuts allowing me to quickly change the default search engine of my Safari app. And you can also choose to use or not autofill on Safari using a shortcut. So you will have autofill from contacts. You will have actually 2 options here: autofill, use contacts info, or use credit cards. Whichever one you want to configure, you can go ahead and just tap on them right here where it says off. You can just choose whether you want to turn it off or on, or right here you can choose to toggle, which means that If it's on, you run the shortcut, it turns it off. It's off, you run the shortcut, it turns it on, which is actually really useful. So you will have here autofill again for your credit card as well as for your contact info. And you can also use shortcuts to set your tab configuration on Safari. So you choose tab configuration, then you tap right here, and you will have a single tab or tab bar, whichever one you prefer to use, or whether you want to change it, maybe you change it multiple times, you can have now a shortcut that allows to quickly do that without having to go through the settings app. And here's another one that's actually super useful. This one is for iMessage. So just search for conversation and you will find this right here, open conversation. This is a new shortcut that Apple has added to iOS 18.4, and it allows you to just search and open a certain conversation that you have on your iMessage app. You just search for open conversation, tap right there where it says conversation. It will show you a list of all the conversations that you currently have on iMessage. You pick one, tap the done button. Now you have created a shortcut, which you can even place it, as I said, on your control center, maybe even as just add it to your home screen. And simply by tapping that button, you will go straight into that conversation without having to go through the iMessage app and search for any conversation that you need. We also have here some options for the reminders app. So right here I will show you one of them. So we have mute notifications here. You can choose to toggle it or to turn it on or off. If I just choose toggle, I can go ahead and have the shortcut which allows me to mute or not the notifications for reminders. So basically you run this shortcut, it does the job here. When it's on, it turns it off, and vice versa. And this is actually super useful and very easy to do, and of course it will save you a lot of time. And last but not least, let's talk about calendar. Go right here and search for calendar settings, and you can just tap right there where it says default alert, and you will have here a few different options. Now we will actually show you in this case this one, default alert time for events. So you can just tap right there for events or maybe even birthday, and you can set the default alert time. You tap right there and you can choose to none from up to a week. So if you just want to change that setting, you can just go ahead and set it anytime you want to any minutes you want here, maybe even hours, maybe. Just tap the done button. You have now created this toggle that allows you to change the default alert time for your events or the birthdays that you have on your calendar. So that's basically it for this video, guys. These are some pretty cool shortcuts that you can now have and use on your iOS 18.4 device, of course, with the latest update that Apple has added, allowing you to now actually change settings within your apps using the Shortcuts app. Now, there have been some other ones. The ones for the maps had been amazing, but I don't know why Apple on the third beta, I believe, they removed them. Those hopefully will come back with iOS 18.5. It allowed you to do a lot of things with the Maps app, and I think that is actually way more useful than all the other ones that I showed you guys, because while using the maps, you want to be able to actually quickly change settings, and you could do that with those shortcuts. Hopefully they're coming back really soon. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe for more, and I will see you on the next one.